Welcome to the Random Ass Podcast.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
I'm JJ,
I'm Josh.
and we're about to rap. It's going to be a sad rap today.
It was already going to be one, and then now something else has happened today that's even, sad too.
Yep. And let's,
yeah, get into the song I'm going to play here.
This is my December. This is my time of the year. This is my December. This is all so clear. This is my December. This is my snow-covered home. This is my December. This is me alone and I just wish that I didn't feel like there was something I missed. Take back all the things I said to make you feel like that. Just wish that I didn't feel like there was something I missed. Take back all the things that I said to you. And I give it all away, just to have somewhere to go to. Give it all away, to have someone to call.
Those somber tones were from Linkin Park's amazing album,
Hybrid Theory
Hybrid Theory.
for my December with Chester Bennington, the lead vocals. Such
He
a
hung
great,
himself today.
yeah. That's a really sad day. I mean, don't get me wrong. This one has affected me more than Chris Cornell because don't get me wrong. I love Chris Cornell, loved his music, but when they were out, we were just like, what? Probably
Middle
six?
school?
No, not even.
Yeah, probably, yeah, no.
Like 6 or 7,
Right.
maybe 9.
Yeah.
But so and Linkin Park. Let's see, what year did that one
We
come
were
out?
freshmen when we went to that concert in Nashville with Linkin Park.
We were
and
not
Story.
freshmen. We were seniors.
We were seniors when we went to that concert. High school's a big blur to me.
Because it was Meteora tour
Meteora, yeah, you're right.
that
you're
we
right.
watched.
Their last really, really good album. But anyway.
But okay. Hybrid Theory came out in 2000 when we were freshmen.
Gotcha, yeah.
Meteora came out probably late 2003 because it was 2004,
Yeah.
like the end of senior year when we saw them. So,
But basically they helped shape our fucking high
Yeah.
school. And, I know in 8th grade I was a FUBU-wearing hip-hop head listening to Lil Wayne. And then that led me into Limp Bizkit and then Linkin Park. And luckily I got away from all the Lil Wayne shit. But it sucks, dude. I don't know what to say.
yeah,
You told me today, I didn't find out on Facebook or anything. You fucking texted me and told me, and
yeah, I didn't find it on Facebook. A group message of my cousins in California and Texas. It's one of my cousins posted it in that group message, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I immediately, I'm at work, so I immediately stepped away from my workstation, hid, and made sure it wasn't fake news, like a fake
Right.
death one. So I went and Googled it, and of course CNN, Rolling Stone, and all that had it. So I'm like, well, that sucks.
so then
And-
you texted me.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, like I said, this one's different because, we were in high school. It came out. We listened to them through all out of high school.
After high school. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
And, they were my first concert I ever went to was Linkin Park's Meteora with P.O.D., Hoobastank Story of the Year, and then Linkin Park headlining. And it was like, just a surreal moment because Linkin Park was like one of my big bands then. So
We had, not the greatest seats in the world, but we were fucking
Good.
loving every second
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
It was great. We were just kids, but
young adults,
young adults,
late teenagers.
And Linkin Park's never been like. It's been so long since they've been like my favorite band.
Right.
That I have to go back and but every single time I listen, and I still listen to Hybrid Theory and Meteora.
Right. Oh, I'll even listen to Minutes to Midnight.
I think that I have a theory on like their next 3 or so albums that together they would make a good album. Like there's certain enough songs on each one,
Yeah, gotcha.
but there's just shitty songs. So many shitty songs on there. It's just not really shitty. Just not
what we're used to.
I hate to say not what we used to, but like it.
I mean, it's not.
The fucking Transformer songs, like I hated those.
Oh, I like the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sucks when, this is like Corey Taylor dying or Aaron Lewis or, just keep naming them. Even Brent Smith, whether you would be sad or not now.
Well, I mean,
it's still the same level of, this is our generation songwriters and,
right.
And, I hate to think that maybe the backlash from his new record got him depressed and he was taking shit. And I don't know what he was on. They haven't released that yet, obviously, but
right.
they said he's been taking it really hard. That people hate his new album, which is fucking new album suck balls. But
I mean, I've only heard one song, so I can't really judge it.
I listened to everything front to back.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to, and it sounds like a Maroon 5 CD. Like it's like
That's right, you told me that.
They're doing like Maroon 5. Like the band is non-existent, and it's just Chester. And
right, and I was reading I was watching a React channel on YouTube, and they had Mike Shinoda
reacting to kids reacting to him.
To Linkin Park throughout the years, and then but he was saying that new song
Heavy.
when you hear it live, it's not all like all that electronic noise and stuff you don't really hear, but for some reason when it was produced and mixed and all that stuff, it sound on the CD sounds all electronic. So I don't know, I'd have to hear it live, I guess, but
now we can't.
no, not fun. But no,
I know.
I mean, yeah, so
it just sucks. I mean, he was a legend. Like I've always said, he was one of the most wasted talents because what he could do, screaming and singing and writing, was just so good for that time of music. And then they just kind of kept going off the cliff and off the cliff every time.
But then he had Dead by Sunrise.
Dead by Sunrise was a band no one talks about.
No.
I still listen to that. Like,
And it was a good album.
yeah, it was really good. It was like him and the guys from like Orgy and 9 Inch Nails or something. Like it was kind of a gothic sounding thing, but I mean Chester still sounded like Chester, which I assume he had quit Stone Temple Pilots too, right?
I guess, yeah, that's right, because he was
He was a singer of Stone Temple Pilots, like
after they kicked Scott Weiland out.
and then he kicked the bucket.
Yep.
It's been long enough to make jokes about him, I guess, but it just sucks, dude. I mean, I handle death really weird, so if I say something stupid, just don't mind me. But I just, it just sucks. This one really hits home, like for our generation, 25 to 30-year-olds, even 20 to 30-year-olds maybe, but we're not gonna sit here and talk the whole podcast about Chester, but we just want to say, R.I.P. man, and thank God we at least have the music that you left to keep listening to. Like
Right.
he definitely left his mark on the world, and big inspiration to me for sure. But also, we're gonna kind of go away from that and still stay on the topic of death.
Yeah.
This is what the original podcast was going to be about.
Right, and it was because it happened Sunday, and we did one Sunday, and it happened like hours after we've already recorded it, and yeah, so
George Romero.
yeah, George A. Romero
Yeah.
passed away. Apparently, he was battling a brief But what did I say? What a brief but
Apparently very strong case
Yeah.
of lung cancer, wasn't it?
something like that. Brief. Let me read it again. Here we go. Brief but aggressive
Aggressive.
battle with lung cancer, and he was 77 years old, so I guess it was hard for him to fight it, that being that old and stuff. So,
And this is definitely more your area of expertise.
well, I mean, he's basically
but,
the
yeah. He's like the
revolution.
Stan Lee of zombies, right?
Basically,
Kinda, yeah.
He's revolutionized the zombie
Right.
film and all that stuff. I mean,
I know Zack Snyder, when he remade Dawn of the Dead, like, he stuck pretty true to it. Obviously, it was modern,
right.
but, he would just talk about, I just always watch the credits and all that shit, and, like, the special features, and just how much George A. Romero meant to filmmakers everywhere. So,
Also, without George A. Romero, there would have been no Greg Nicotero. Greg Nicotero is the effects or makeup, for your prosthetics and all that stuff.
he's even
for the,
directed some episodes now.
yeah,
of Walking Dead.
of The Walking Dead. He also did Evil Dead 2, all the prosthetics for that.
Did he work with
And,
Romero?
Yeah, he, from what I remember, there was a documentary on Netflix.
I watched it.
Yeah, okay, and like,
I don't
he,
remember,
like,
but-
it was for maybe Dawn of the Dead? Was it Dawn of the Dead?
So what, he had Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead,
Night
Day
of
the
the
Dead?
Night of the Dead was the first,
Okay.
then Dawn of the Dead, then Day of the Dead.
Okay.
It was either Dawn or Day of the Dead where Greg Nicotero is kind of like a what are those called? Fucking
Executive producer?
no, he was like basically learning, like following the
Like
guy.
an apprentice kind
Yeah,
of deal?
kind of. There you go, apprentice. Yeah, kind of like an apprentice to the guy doing the makeups and effects for one of those movies, and that's what got him into it. Then
It was a
boom.
hell of a place to start.
Yeah. So
A lot of death going on, man.
yeah. Well, I guess that's remember, it's always the rule of three, so that's two.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Trump. What?
Right.
I didn't say that.
But yeah.
But I'm just really, like, I don't know why it's fucking, like, a 77-year-old man dying is sad. But he lived a damn good life.
Right.
And it's really easy to be sad, and but that dude, he's a legend. He's one of the greatest directors of all time. He brought zombies to look at zombies.
I wouldn't
still,
say like greatest director of all
right?
time,
Maybe in horror or
yeah, probably
Yeah.
horror and just really influential too.
right.
So.
And it's still to this day. Look how I feel like he should be getting royalties for all the zombie shit that's going on now.
Right.
Like, if he started it.
And
I'm not gonna sit here and play like I know. I've never seen any of his movies from back in the day. I'm not gonna lie.
You've seen the remake,
I've seen the remake, and I've seen
the horrible Land of the Dead.
and that was pretty bad. But I'm not gonna hold that against him.
But yeah,
But,
because like Night of the Living Dead came out in 1968.
Right.
So I still really like that movie. For that time or whatever, it was really something almost.
It's black and white, right?
Yeah, it was in black and white, and it's like something that hasn't been done or has been done but not as well. And to me, I'd like it.
You really like older movies anyway, too.
Well, I do to an extent. Like I'll give the remakes chances, but I will always love the originals just because that's the basis of it
Right,
and stuff. So. Okay, well, that's
yeah,
also
that's that too. There's not much more to say on that one.
Yeah.
R.I.P. George Romero. George A. Romero. That A
will
is
be
very
missed.
important.
So, on to the next subject, I guess. Kind of get away from death, kind of, but not really. Like, we'll get away from real death and go
That's
into
good.
more horror. The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre
This is your
trailer, yeah.
This is your dude right here. This is your favorite guy.
it dropped also. No, it dropped Monday, I think,
It's
right?
called Leatherface, right?
Yeah, just called Leatherface. It's
Now, explain to me. Is it a?
it's a prequel to the original, the
Is he a
19.
kid?
There
The
time.
trailer doesn't really.
Well, it shows that he's a kid at one point,
Okay.
but I think it's like very
I only watched it once, so I need to. I probably needed to watch
Oh,
it again.
I've seen it. I watched it several
I
times.
figured you did. Yeah. I mean it. And with me, I loved the remake. I liked the beginning
Oh my God.
a lot more than you
No,
did.
I didn't like the
Right,
beginning.
exactly. So me liking it at all is more than you did. Obviously, it's not a good, great film, but it is that the one with that dude with the weird mouth and like, I don't know. We have to go into it.
I only watched it once, and that was in theaters with you. And
That's the one with the really big leather face, wasn't it?
I think so.
It
I don't
was
know.
huge.
But yeah, so. But it's like I said, it's a prequel to the 1974 film. So.
Wow.
So, but it wasn't the. I didn't watch 3D because it had a stupid name.
And a rapper in it.
So I said, "Fuck that." But
I watched it.
wasn't
on
it
TV.
supposed to be a sequel to the 1974?
Yeah, dude, and they
And they
had
had
fucking
iPhones?
iPhones in
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But
Well,
I
then-
watched it because Alexander Daddario's tits were bouncing in it for an hour and a half. So I watched it, and it was terrible, except those tits.
So this one actually looks like it's staying true to the time error.
Hopefully,
But,
I did see some old cop cars and shit.
Yeah.
So.
And let me get into this real quick. This is how. I mean, I've got I'm a huge Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I've got figures.
He's been Leatherface for Halloween for about 11 years now, guys.
Well, when you spend $100 on
100? Whoa.
back then when I bought it,
Yeah, dude.
it was a lot because I didn't have that much money.
I know. And it's a good fucking mask, so we have at it.
Well, not just the mask; it was the whole getup.
Yeah.
But I won it all back in costume contests.
Yeah.
But this is how I rate the Texas Chainsaw films. Before I get into the actual trailer a little more, but I go 1974's original, then I go Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, then I'll jump up to the 2003 remake with Jessica Biel, go back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 Leatherface. I don't talk about Generation,
Was that with Matthew McConaughey?
yeah, and Renee Zellweger. And then I hated the beginning, so it's not even going to be placed, and I refuse to watch the other one, so it can't be placed.
The beginning was damn near like torture porn.
Josh was like all in, like, ooh, this
I
is
still
cool.
like it. I'm not gonna lie. I still.
And
like
then my face was just like,
Yeah, we watched it in theaters, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you were like, man, that was awesome. And I was like, if you say so. But okay, so to the trailer, it kind of bothers me a little bit. He when he's a kid, it's his birthday or whatever, and then the mom throws a chainsaw on the table and he says, "Here's your birthday." That's the only
That's
problem.
weird.
That's the only problem I had with the trailer. Other than that, it looks fucking bloody as hell, disturbing as hell.
I'm hoping it'll be in the same vein as the Evil Dead remake, like true
Oh, yeah.
original maybe. Like
Uh,
I hope this maybe has some comedy in it a little bit, because like the original '74's got some funny parts in it, and you know that was one thing about the remake in 2003 that it was just fucking hardcore from the get go, you know. And but I'm definitely not a connoisseur of the original one, so I don't know, man. I don't like old movies much. I try. But
and then it's a dual directed film.
the new one?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Alexander Bastillo and Julian Murray, and apparently they've done a movie called Inside that was supposed to be really good together. And they have, from what I've read, they've got a lot of like. Oh, he did an ABC The Death one too. One of the guys did. So they got a pretty decent background, and what I've heard is a good actually
And they're
background.
probably big fans.
Yeah. So in horror.
So
So I'm gonna have. I guess that Inside came out in 2007, so I'm gonna have to check that out just because see what they're about. Because when I first heard that it was coming out, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna fuck it up again. But after seeing the trailer, it looks pretty good. I mean,
I just had a flashback to our friend Matt when he
did the Evil
Yeah.
Dead review on
when he did the
YouTube.
review. He was like, "Oh, this is gonna suck," and then he watched it. He was like, "All right, I'm listening. I'm paying attention." This is still one of the greatest reviews ever. Anyway, shout out to him. But that I feel like you're gonna be in the same boat here because you are a super fan of Leatherface. So.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I got figures. I've got a lunchbox. I've got a playing cards. Got a poster.
He's probably my third favorite. But
Was it Jason and fucking?
I love Michael Myers, dude. I'll always Halloween 1. That's my favorite old horror movie, and that's about as old as I'll go. It's in the 80s, but there's something about that first Halloween film that just gets me, man. But I'm buying a badass Jason costume this year though for Halloween, and I'm gonna start a new tradition.
He said that before.
It's happening. I married a rich chick, so boom.
Oh well, you had this. You've had a Jason.
I'm gonna
before.
buy a better one.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I told you that it probably wasn't a good idea to buy that one.
I know, but I did it anyway.
Yep.
And then we went to Goodwill and burned the clothes and made the whole outfit. And
That was pretty good though.
yeah, it looked good. I beat you in the competition at our house for the Halloween.
Yeah, because it was at your house.
Hey, home field advantage, man. Not gonna lie.
No, the host should not partake.
Oh, come on, man. I had home
Because
field advantage.
Because you guys bought the stuff to give out.
True.
Host does
True,
not
yeah.
take
I
part.
gave my prize away
Uh-huh.
to a homeless guy. Or it was just a DVD that we still have somewhere, and I don't know.
I don't remember what it was.
But anyway, I think the Leatherface trailer looks good. I will watch it. Don't know if I'll go to theaters because I rarely go to theaters, but I will watch it.
Oh, I'll watch it in theaters.
The night of, in his Leatherface costume.
Most likely.
Please do that. I'll go if you do that.
I'm just me.
With your little plastic chainsaw. And
Yeah, the Home Depot one though.
Yeah. You have to do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's so funny. Dead air.
Wait, was there something else? Oh, I guess they dropped another Defenders trailer, Marvel Defenders. That's going to be on Netflix. Fuck you.
Now it's just to fuck with you. I don't care if it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. But, because he comes in and says, oh, did you see they finally released a new Punisher trailer?
I'm excited for Infinity War.
And, well, you said Punisher trailer, so I look it
I
up.
thought it
and
was. I'm mistaken.
And it was a teaser of the Punisher being in the Defenders. And it was a pretty neat trailer.
It does look
It was
good.
Stan Lee driving around or riding around in a car talking the whole time while it's showing Daredevil, Iron Fist.
I would be more
Luke
likely
Cage.
to watch that than
Jessica
go back
Jones.
and watch every single fucking episode of all the other people that are involved.
Well, you gotta watch. Daredevil was a great
Daredevil
one.
was, and I like Daredevil. I have no explanation for why I still haven't finished the second season. But
Gotcha.
I'm
And I
an
mean-
idiot. I just haven't fucking done it.
And if-
It's nothing
and-
against him, but
I would say, if anything else, at least watch Jessica Jones. I didn't think I was gonna like it. Beth didn't think she was gonna like it.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly good.
they're doing another season of that, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. They better. Yeah, unless they're gonna tie it in with the Defenders, but I don't know. See what happens. But
Comic-Con's going on right now.
yeah, no.
San Diego started today.
Yeah, I would love to go sometime.
That'd be a
It'd be
sweet
awesome.
trip to do, man. Like a bro trip. I guess the girls could come, but
Yeah, they can go to the beach while we're
yeah.
nerding out.
I
'Cause you
wouldn't
could
want
actually-
to have so much money to go though.
Oh yeah, you'd have to.
I was watching Conan last night, and he was live from Comic Con, and he said the average cost of going for a normal person is anywhere from $1,600 to $2,000, and that's not counting merchandise,
What's that counting?
plane rides, or well, it may have counted that actually, because a lot of people from San Diego go, I'm sure, but so maybe not. He didn't really say what it included.
Gotcha.
But
Well, I've got a
he
place
just
to
said the
stay.
average spit thing.
Yeah. Well, I've got a place to stay that's only an hour and a half away from San Diego, so
Authentic Mexican food.
that too.
I would like to eat some of that. I've never
But yeah,
eaten
that'd
authentic Mexican
Be
food.
something fun to go to one day.
Once I break my barrier getting on a
I mean,
plane.
it's easy to do because I was gonna say you finally are talking about going
This is
on
the
a
closest
plane.
I've ever been to getting on a plane. So I don't know about Cali right now, but
It's easy to save up money because, like, I'm going to California to visit my uncle and grandparents in September, and what we've already spent roughly, because we rented a house this time because her mom's going, and then my grandparents live with my uncle, and it's a 2-bedroom house, so it'd be kind of crowded. Yeah.
Oh.
So it'd be kind of crowded, so we went in and we split like a beach house about a mile from the beach, but how much it was probably altogether we've spent about $1,700, and we'd have about close to, if not over $2,000 by the time we go to spend. But I don't think hopefully we won't spend all that. Hopefully we'll have some left over.
That's not counting all the In-N-Out burger you're gonna buy. And
I probably only go to In-N-Out once, just because there's so much other stuff.
Roscoe's. Give me a Roscoe shirt.
I might go to Roscoe's again.
I was watching Impractical Jokers the other night, and one of them had a Roscoe's chicken and waffle shirt on. It's a fucking chicken holding a waffle, and I want it.
Okay.
Payback. Or you just get it for me.
It's great food.
I've got you so many magnets.
I've gotten you magnets or shot glasses.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
So
I want a Roscoe's chicken and waffle shirt.
I'll get you a magnet or a shot glass from Roscoe's.
Roscoe's, that'll work too, I guess. That'll work. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. Crazy day. Like, I wasn't going to come today, and all this shit happened, so I felt like our fans needed us.
Oh yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's another shorter one, I guess. 'Cause that's mainly what we need to talk about, I think, right?
we had to talk about Chester, man.
Chester,
George Ray Romero.
Leatherface, got into the Defenders a little bit.
One thing to end on here, like I said, I was watching Conan last night. There's a Netflix movie coming out in December. David Ayer, the director of Suicide Squad, is directing it with Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. It's called Bright. Have you seen that trailer?
No.
You might want to check it out, and we'll talk about it in next week's podcast.
All right.
Will Smith described it last night, because if you watch the trailer, you're just left with, like, what the fuck am I watching, okay?
Right.
Will Smith described it last night as Training Day. David Ayer wrote Training Day. And Training Day mixed with Lord of the fucking Rings.
What?
They're battling in a post-apocalyptic society, orcs and monsters. Joel Edgerton's wearing, like, a fucking suit. He's a monster, but he's a cop. And he's a partner of Will Smith's, because Will Smith's a cop.
Okay,
So there's some good orcs and there's some bad orcs, and they're calling them orcs.
So,
That's what an orc sounds like, if anyone didn't know.
and I know how
Shut
you
up,
know.
hey! That's another.
Then why did you
podcast.
bring it up?
I'm just saying, if people out there want to know what an orc sounds like,
Josh knows firsthand.
Josh knows firsthand. Their
He-
nipples point straight down to the ground, too. It's really weird.
Because he banged one, apparently.
I banged an orc a long, long time ago while listening to Linkin Park, probably. I don't know.
No, probably not.
But it's a cool film. I can't believe you hadn't seen the fucking trailer.
No, I'll
Check it
have
out.
to-
It's called Bright, and I don't know what to
Kinda
say
like,
about it, man.
it's
Will Smith's holding a sword in it. I will tell you that.
kind of remind you're saying like an orc is a cop to a human, so
Right.
A partner cop. It kind of reminds me of Kung Fury, where
Oh,
where Triceracop,
Triceracop.
Triceratops cop is
Did you
partnered
ever
with
play
a
that
human.
app that came out on the phone?
No.
Fury, it's like a side-to-side, old-school.
Oh,
game.
really?
It's
No, I
pretty
don't.
good. I mean, I got over it, but I mean,
But okay, so I gotta watch Bright. I need you to watch The Snowman.
I saw his face. I saw the advertisement.
It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller.
What?
It's got Michael Fassbender in it.
Is he the snowman?
No, he's a cop.
Is he a kid? How's the dude covered in snow?
It's not. It's a dead person that's covered in snow. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Just watch, and then, The Shape of Water.
Okay.
It looks interesting. I don't know if you'd like it. I mean, it's Guillermo del Toro, his new one. So, but
That
to
intrigues
me,
me.
yeah. So, it's his new one. So
Is he not doing fucking Robots 2 or whatever?
Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah.
I know he's producing it. I don't think
So
he's
they are
directing
making it, though?
Yeah, that's what it said in IMDb. But so there, homework. I gotta watch Bright.
So we're going to
Trailer.
do a watch or not at home and then talk about it next week.
Oh, we can, or we can just. Oh yeah.
You
Gotcha.
wanna watch them here?
Oh no.
Okay.
We'll just talk about them. There.
Well, see, I was gonna watch the snowman thing, and I,
Yeah.
YouTubed out and got on another thing last night, I guess. But
So that's our homework.
Alright.
I'll watch the Bright trailer. You watch those other two.
listen
And
to a
then we'll
lot of
talk
Linkin
to it.
Park.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I've been blaring in my fucking car on the way over here.
So like yeah. This. We'd also I'd like to say this. I should have started at the end, but you guys basically know this whole episode is dedicated to both Chester Bennington and George A. Romero.
Definitely.
So I guess we'll end on that note.
Definitely, man. R.I.P. That sucks, man. Like, I've only known about it for literally probably 2 hours, so I'm
Right.
still kind of processing everything.
Yeah, because
So-
I was like, when I was texting you, I was just standing there getting ready to walk in line and whatever, and one of my buddies there was like, "Man, you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, it might sound stupid, but yeah." I said Chester Bennington died, and it was like, I'm not gonna go home and cry or anything, but it's just, that was my high school and like my first concert ever. It's just kind of
yeah, man.
weird and sucks.
And he's still relevant in the world today. So
Right.
It's not like, Fred Durst hung himself. Like, I mean, I guess people might care. I'd be out there in my Limp Bizkit shirt from 8th grade, covered and barely coming down to my belly button. We love you, Fred!
With your Yankees.
My backwards Yankee hat. Oh, God. I'm just saying, he was still relevant.
You were never a Yankees fan. You just
No,
wore it
I
because
hate
of
the
him,
Yankees.
right?
I just wore it because I was obsessed with Fred Durst. I became a Boston Red Sox fan because of how much I hate the Yankees. So.
And because the Braves started sucking.
Yeah, they did. And the Braves used to be in Boston, so I like to have a AF or a AL team and an NL team. It gives you better chances of. I like to have two teams in each sport.
Yeah.
Gives you better chances of winning. Except in football, because mine are the Titans and the Niners, so I'm fucked either way.
Yep.
Everyone's picking the Titans this year, though, so wait on to win the division. So
Oh, okay.
Maybe make the playoffs.
And then lose
Have
to
the Preds out on the field waving towels for him and stuff.
Oh, God.
Freddie Gaudreau signed a contract.
Frederick.
Sure. They were calling him Freddie
Yeah,
on the
I know.
radio the other day.
Well, and Allberg, they all did, basically.
We're just ending on all these random
Right.
subjects. It's great.
That's
This
why-
is where the random comes in, damn it. You can't ever say that we're not random. But, I guess they're talking to Victor Arvidsson about extending him. I don't know. But that can be the next week's podcast. We're going to get in, we're going to come a time where we talk about sports a lot more.
It's coming.
Because the
soon.
Raiders are going to be good this year, so JJ's going to be happy. I don't think he follows baseball enough to know that the Dodgers are the best team in baseball right now.
Woo.
So
That's my NL team.
that he doesn't keep up with.
My AL team is the Angels, both
They're bad.
LA teams.
They're
Well,
bad.
yeah, I figured.
But the Dodgers are killing it. So, all right, man. R.I.P. Chester. R.I.P. George.
Check out all those trailers. We'll repeat the last 3 trailers we talked about next week.
Yes.
Or whenever it is. We do it again.
So we're giving you guys homework too.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll do one Sunday because I've got a 48-hour film project to do. So
Yeah, we're gonna let you just have that because we'll be okay. We'll wait till next Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. So
It'll be all right.
2 in 1 week. So yeah, we'll wait a little over a week for another. Well, I guess it'd be a week from today. So
Cooper, it'll be okay. You can go without us. It's okay. We're thinking about having a guest on here soon too, so look out for that.
yeah, if I can get this other fucking mic to plug in.
True, yeah, because with 3 guys on one mic, that's gonna be bad. We'll be.
I mean, it might turn some people on, but
Ooh.
it'll be like, oh, that was me kind of gagging on the microphone. Josh is,
I'm using his back scratcher.
no, say it right. Look at it.
Back scratcher.
No. Does it say it still? Oh, it used to say up here, like, back scratch 3000.
Nice. The back scratch 3000. All right. On that note, guys,
We
random
are-
ass podcast out.
Yep. Thanks. That's not how we end it. And thanks for listening to the Random Ass Podcast. I'm JJ,
I'm Josh.
and we're out.